360 degrees. Normally we use 360 to deal with the circular reference to our reality. And we use the term degrees to deal with heat. But if you would look in front of you, you realize you don't have 360 degrees worth of vision or sight, because that would be on one singular flat plane. Your eyesight would have no depth to it, or height, or it would just be a very, it'd be like the guy in X-Men that put the glasses on that he can throw a laser beam, or in say, I don't know what's the name of it, one of the outer space movies where the guy puts the thing over his eyes. It's like that. Star Trek. That idiot with the idiot stupid like, if you were looking through that would be 360 degrees, and in fact you'd only have 180 degree perception. But in fact you can see up and down. So your vision is it's infinitely more. There's so much more to it. You can't, using the term 360 degrees of something, and this even gets into the reason that there's 365 days in a year, because I'm not going to go into all of this, but there's a reason for that, and Venus, and the V is 5. I'll give you just a little bit. V is 5. Venus is the feminine. It's a concave vortex. The V is the vortex. It's a vagina. It's the two legs. It's an entry point into physicality. Physicality is 5. 5 is PHIV or FIVE. A V is a Roman numeral for 5. Okay, physicality works in 5s. You live in a phi cycle, or a physical body, which is a star. A star has 5 points. The 5 points of reality, the 5 fingers, your Allah, arm, leg, arm, head. So Allah, as you sit there as a god. So we're not going to play all of that. I mean, I just gave it all to you, but the idea that you live in a 360 degree environment is false. That's a false narrative, a false reality. The same way I've told you, like, 9 is only another false narrative on the perception that you live in a world based on 10. 10 being digital, a 1 and a 0, meaning you have 2 hands that are 5s. And so if you have 2 5s, you have 10, which completes a cycle, which always boils back down to the original occurrence, which is 0, 1, 2, and 3. 360 degrees gives you 3 plus 6, which is 9. It's redundifying a principle of the expression of 3. Not the number 3, the expression of 3. Everyone and everything, no matter where you are in your experience, as a child, the first thing you can understand as a child, let me try it this way. The first thing and the only thing you understand is that you exist and that you see 2 things in front of you. You see the male and the female in front of you, and then you identify self. That's all. That's all. So first you go, mama, dada. So mama and dada. Adam, A-D-A-M. Flip A-D-A-M around where you get M-A-D-A. Ma and da. Adam. And then you become self-reflective and see you there, yourself, the being that you are. So there's you and your 2 parents. That's all there is. And the only thing that happened after that, you find a reflective occurrence of your mama. You find another female, something that represents the archetypical nature of what your mother is. Breasts and a vagina. 2 things, 2 tits and a vagina. Look at 3. A male. 2 tits and a dick. 3. Look at your face. You can divide up the 3s in a lot of ways. You can be like, oh no, the face has got actually, you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils. Oh, well, then that's confusing for people because, like, is it a nose or is it 2 nostrils? And then a mouth. So there's 7 there. I know all about the 7s. But there's 9 because then you got 2 expressions, the butthole and the front portions. And then there's your 9s. You got 9 entry points into the human body. Yeah, we get all that. I get all that. But all of the excessive, the conduit into the other things that don't really exist, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, they say this: first, second, and third. I'm going to explain to you once again why a triangle, and this is so important, because first, second, and third is this. How do you write down the numbers 1, 2, and 3? If you say first place and second place and third place, what do you write after 1? You write first. You write 1, and then you put a little dash, and above it you put ST, yes? So first. And then you put a 2, and then an ND. And then a 3, and an RD. Okay, I'm going to get right back to that, but after the rest of them, what do? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. It's always a TH. So 4th through 9th don't exist. This is why it doesn't exist in the Olympics. No one cares about it any other time in the world, because it doesn't exist. It does not exist. 4th through 9th place, and anything after that, make a number up after that. It doesn't exist. But first, second, and third certainly do. Why? Because if you go first, second, and third, you get ST first, ND second, and RD third. Standard. And what do you put in between that? You put triangles. ST triangle. ND triangle. Stand. So when you stand, you put your first and your second leg down. You put your 2 appendages on the floor. 1 ST triangle, or an A. It's an A. A triangle is an A. First, second, stand. And then you put another triangle and you get an RD. StandArd. Standard. The basis for all of reality is 3. 3. Then everybody's like, no, there's 9 things. No, then because you're using a base 10 system. Use a base 3 system. Then you'll start to learn things. Why did Tesla say the things you need to know is 3, 6, and 9? He didn't say you need to know 10. He said nothing about 10. He would have said all you need to know is 3, but he was giving you 3 things of 3, which is 3, 6, and 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 and 3 is sex. Sex, even in a binary system, even in a 10-base system, the completion becomes 9 because 6 and 9 is the male and the female flipping itself around. It's just redundifying the simplicity of 3. The simplicity of all reality is there was nothing, then there was one thing, then there was a reflection. There it is. There was nothing, then there was you, then there was what you saw in the mirror. Or if you don't believe in nothing, if you don't believe in 0, we can just wipe that out and say there's you, there's your wife, or there's you and there's your husband, there's you and the complementary respect to you. There's a 1 and a 0, the male and the female, and then you create the child out of you. So there's the 1, 2, and 3. That's all that exists. It's very simple. After that, nothing happens. How do plants live? How does nature survive? Nature doesn't have a 4th thing. Nature has no fourth thing. Do you think animals are counting to 10? Do you think a plant life counts to 10? No. They don't. They can't. They won't. They don't have the capacity to. Not because they're dumb, not because they're irrelevant, not because they don't understand what's going on. They don't get diseased because they're not trying to make things more difficult than it is. They drop a seed into the earth, and the earth expresses the reproduction. The reproduction is 3. It's the child. Male, female, produce child. There's the lion. There's the king of the jungle. There's the elephant. There's they're always producing the next generation. The one and then the thing that it saw created the next generation. That's all. I found this because I got a few. I got an email and a couple. Like I don't understand. No, I do understand. And so this was just me clarifying once again the number, and it's not even a number. It's a concept. 3 isn't a number. It's a concept. It's a concept because it's easy to identify with and distinguish. I can say, here I am. There's that thing, and there's that thing over there. After that, it becomes numbing and confusing. 3 is the identity of all of reality. I mean, let me try it this way. I was gonna shut it off there, but you have a biography and autobiography, and you have you have the person playing with the person acting, the person filming, and then the people watching. Like there's you have the there's always the dynamic, essential proportions of 3. And again, it works because there's nothing there's just nothing beyond it. So that's as far as I can go with this, because I've already done this in so many videos, and I hate being redundant, but I think I've done this in 9 videos now. I've done this 3 times 3, so I probably will never speak on this again. And if you can't figure out what this means, go and check out all of my other videos. There might be 333 or 369 or 639 or 936, or maybe just 3 videos. Maybe I'll just eliminate all my videos and make 3 of them. But like, share, subscribe, do all that cool shit. We'll talk soon. Have a beautiful day, y'all.